I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for Court of Nightfall, Chapter 11. You throw the e-glass to the side, tear out both earbuds, and remove your helmet. You try to move to the outskirts of Times Square and look like the rest of the survivors to blend in. Someone grabs on your shoulder hard. You swing around, ready to fight. Scarlet, relax. It's just me. Oh, Jax. Where have you been? I've been looking everywhere for you. And great, now I'm lying to my boyfriend. Wait. What? When did he become... I'm so confused. Best friend, I mean. But... Uh-huh. You shake your head. I'm trying to find you. Something happened to the head Inquisitor, and everybody's in a panic. And the rebels? Escaped. Of course. We have to get out of here. It's too dangerous to stick around. He looks you over, puzzled. Why did you have that officer's helmet? I saw you toss it. There was so much gunfire, I didn't want to get it mistaken for a rebel, so I took it off a dead officer. You have blood on your mouth. Quickly wipe your mouth, a brief flash of memory reminding you of how you sank your teeth in Ragathon. Yeah, a few people got gunned down near me. Jax holds up your arm, a line of concern drawn on his face. You're bleeding, Scarlet. Huh? Look at your arm, the rush of adrenaline fading, you start to feel a dull pain. I must have scratched it. It's not a big deal, I'll be fine. Jax leads you to a small corner on the street, ducking behind some debris. You sit and try and calm down. It feels like it's been years since I've spoken to Jax. I should get some info. What happened today, Jax? Someone screwed up. The Shadow of Rome's committed some heinous crimes in the past. Bomb plots, prison breaks, and that public execution isn't what justice should be. What do you mean? I don't think the council would have approved this as a group. Somebody probably overstepped. They wanted to draw out the rebels and didn't care if civilians died in the process. Well, duh. Jax can't know that I know the truth, but I'll play dumb. You ever get tired of playing dumb? I know I do. You really think Ragathon's that evil? I don't know. I know he can be forceful, though. Jax, why are you part of the orders? The public executions, the beatings, they killed a lot of innocent people today. My dad was a knight, but that wasn't why I joined. I wanted to protect people. I wanted to protect you. My family is a part of the orders too, but that doesn't mean I'd blindly follow along with something like this. The rebellion might have a point, if you'd only stop and think about it. It's not like I'm part of the decision process. Do you think I support this? I had no idea this would happen. Lowers his voice, he leans against the wall, your shoulders touching. He touches his knees to yours. I don't know, Starlight. I didn't join so I could kill innocents, if that's what you're asking. The rebellion plants bombs and releases prisoners, but I don't think they make anyone safer. The orders keep Zenith under control for everyone's safety. How can you justify being a member, when they behave like this? I think we can change it. Make it better, but it's gotta start somewhere. I can't fix the organization from the outside. He sighs. It's true. I remember watching the executions when we were younger. It was all wrong. I have to do something to make it better. I just don't think bombs and assassination plots are the way to do things. The Shadow of Rome may have not deserved an execution, but... Stay silent. He wants the rebels to create change within the bounds of the law. That's so unreasonable. It's not like it's that easy for Zenith to get accepted to a domus, become an initiate, and reach Fourth Order like he has. Jax, if the orders asked you to kill an innocent person, what would you do? He's silent for a moment. He's lost in thought until he starts laughing. I guess I'd be executed for saying no. Then someone would have to execute me, and maybe they'd say no too, and it'd be a whole... It's not funny. It's a little funny. Come on, I think the shooting stopped. Let's head for the castle. The city is in chaos. You see trash fires burning on some street corners, graffiti already popped up on boutique windows. Some storefronts are marked with "Free the Zenus," and the others are marked with the crest of the apex, the human trafficker. They'll never free the Zenus like this. The Orders don't have any intention of letting Zenus walk free. It's protection, Scarlet. Some Zenus have incredible powers. If my powers grow, will I be subject to the same restrictions? Suddenly, something strikes you. It's small but sharp. Your vision blurs and you cry out in pain. You grab the back of your head. What's wrong? You hold up your hand. It's covered in a smear of blood. I'm assuming someone threw a rock at the back of her head or something. You look around and see a young man down the street floating in midair. His face is blank. Objects are swirling around him. The wind kicks up to a fever pitch. A metal trash bin knocks some pedestrians to the ground. One man tries to rush him and is thrown against a wall, immediately knocked unconscious. Jack speaks into his e-glass. We have a situation here. A Gravir is out of control, requesting backup. What's going on? Gravir can manipulate gravity. This one's gone berserk. I've seen Zenus with this blank stare before, and it's never a good sign. You move across the street with Jax, hiding behind some trash cans. He stops you. Stay here, Star. It's too dangerous to approach. What about you? A nearby officer has a gun raised, and Jack waves him down before he pulls the trigger. Stand down. Assist the wounded. He flashes his ring, and the officer holsters his weapon. The Gravir only gets more and out of control. The gravity around him becomes more and more unstable. His aim gets better. Victims are still getting hit by the debris swirling around. You look for anything you can do to be useful. I have to do something. Let Jax handle it. Remember, we're supposed to be just this average, everyday girl. No, Jax is a Knight of the Fourth. He's got this, I know it. Jax is moving around helping citizens, but he's too fast. Too fast. It's inhuman. He dashes across the street at lightning speed, snatching a woman out of the path of a flying street sweeper. How in the world did he... He's shaken by the chaotic sounds. Windows shatter, lamps explode. The Gravir isn't stopping. He's gonna take out the entire block unless I do something. Move closer to the Gravir. As the winds around him pick up, you force your way through. Scarlet! You hear Jax calling, but you can't stop. The Gravir is floating just above the ground, and you grab his arm. Your mind races as your thoughts mingle. You see his memories. You're a student, no older than 10, when you make your teacher's desk float. She screams at you to stop, calling you a monster. When you're here, watching the shadow of Rome get beaten, officers are screaming at you, calling you rebel scum, raising their batons. It's okay. You're not in any danger. You're gonna be okay. Releases his arm, the Gravir takes to the sky as if launching from a slingshot. His power pulls all the debris up with him, and Jax too. He grabs the Gravir's shoulders to steady himself, but the Gravir blinks a few times, and you can sense that you must have gotten through to him. His eyes grow clear. He begins to crash to the ground as he loses consciousness. Oh no, Jax, he'll... Storm subsides. Objects fall straight down out of midair. Jax, however, does not. Your eyes meet for a second as he holds the limp Gravir under one strong arm, hovering many feet above the pavement. How is he... He's flying, but the Gravir's... Jax descends and gently touches down on the ground beside you. Two officers run up and grab the boy, injecting him with something. Don't hurt him. Relax, Scarlet. There's E-blockers. They stop Zenus from using their powers for a while. That's all. The officers take the boy away in handcuffs. What will happen to him? He's likely to be charged with damaging public property and harming innocents. That is absurd. I should say... He isn't responsible. But it's not his fault. He was scared and lost control. The Knights harassed him. He was a strong Gravir, Star. He could have killed everyone on this block if he hadn't been trained. If he'd been trained. If he'd been trained, he wouldn't have tried to kill anyone to begin with. He was just a kid. You don't know that. We can't know what he was thinking. I can. That's a downside, isn't it? He holds Jax's hand and walk towards the castle subway together. He's silent for a long time before he speaks. These powers, Zenus can cause a lot of damage. They can do great harm. He holds his ring in one hand, looking at it melancholy with an expression. But they can also cause great change in the right hands. The right hands like Jax's? You're a Zenith. That's why you were able to move so quickly. And it's how you were in the air, still, even when the Gravir was down for the count. Yeah, Star. I'm a Zenith, a Gravir, like Brooke, and like that kid. But we got tested at the same time. You didn't qualify for Zenith's powers back then. I didn't pass, Star. Not as far as the records show, at least. So that means your dad paid them to look the other way. If you have money, you never have to wear a tag identifying your powers. You've got to be kidding me. Rich parents don't want their children targeted by traffickers. It's much easier to live safely if you don't have the tag. Jax lets out a sigh. They had me undergo a low-level genetics mod this year, after I graduated to the 4th. I've heard of those. They call them gene mods, right? Knights get them, and rich kids too. Unbelievable. I should ask about Zeniths. How many rich Zeniths are there, then? Hard to say. They'd all be hiding, so to speak. They'd look like normal people. They aren't tagged. I can tell you most people who receive the Andronics mod I got usually upgrade to the version that can give them low-level psychic abilities. Rich folks consider themselves a ruling class. That's why they get the mods. No! Rich folks consider themselves a ruling class? Shit, no way. Huh. So sad to think about being hidden from the public. It's uncomfortable for people to admit it, but they want what they can't have. Stretches his arms above his head. Poor folks aren't born with superpowers, and they can't just buy them, so it makes them feel left out. I know the feeling. Since anyone gets a gene mod, and poor people don't really know how they work, it's easy to write Zenith powers as being some new mod. That's how Zeniths in positions of power like me stay undercover from the public. Among other knights with powers, we barely stand out. Gene mods level the playing field and keep us hidden. The sun is setting. You feel a rumble in your stomach, but you think it's a good time to press Jax further. How did you become a knight of the 4th, Jax? I think it's time you told me. It's a long story. Let's get something a little more private first. It doesn't take long for you to reach the subway. Entering the cool underground tunnels, you head back to Castle Viani. You quickly abscond to Jax's dorm room, where he locks the door behind you. You sit together on the bed. Alright, a while back I was on a mission from the Orders. We're only 18. How far back could it have been? I know, Star. My dad was training me by the time we were 11. Are you serious? He sighs. Do you want to hear the story or what? Sorry, I'm listening. I killed a young girl. The council gave me a medal and a promotion, claiming she was one of the last living Nephilim. It was successful, but the cost changed my life and wrecked my body. Think back to the hospital room when Jax returned from the car accident. You briefly recall the newscast playing as well. Was that the night your father died? Yes. I don't know what to say. I should ask about the mission. What was the mission? We're supposed to apprehend one of the last Nephilim soldiers. She was backed by the rebels. The moment of silence passes. Jax seems lost in thought, then looks up at you. I don't have any regrets, but I think about it every day. The mission was ruthless. We killed a lot of people wearing the same clothes as those rebels from today. But my father wasn't fast enough. A rebel played dead and caught him in the neck before he could react. I just about snapped the bastard in half in revenge. But it was too late. That's awful. Yeah, but it's been a long time. Now that I'm not assigned to be your protector, I can work my way up being a knight of the 1st. Most never make it that far. That's very ambitious of you, Sir Lux. I'll make it, Star, I promise. Together, we'll change the Orders. Very optimistic, kid. You're very optimistic. But the 1st doesn't really put you in much power either. Still doesn't put you on the council. And you've got to be one astounding member once you get the 1st to hit the council. And literally one of the council members would have to die. That being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Head down the description below. Links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. So remember, we have done the Veil of Secrets today. We did Bloodbound. We're pretty much caught up on chapters now that we're working on this. Once this is finished, we'll be done with Choices books for this week. Do stay tuned for a important video announcement, and then also stay tuned for a few other content things as well. If you want to see my Detroit Becomes Human, I'm going to be replaying it live on stream. However, this time I will be on Twitch, so feel free to head down the description below. There is links to our Twitch where you can follow me on there. It's just like YouTube, in case you don't know. It's YouTube, pretty much, but it's live streaming. Whereas there's been some issues with YouTube, and that's one of the reasons why I want to do an important announcement video about YouTube and streaming and things like that. Without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.